Hi, welcome to this month's Patreon printables video. I wanted to just kind of go through what the printables are, what they look like, so you guys can have an idea. I did print these out mostly on white matte sticker paper so that it'd be easy for you guys to see. I do have other examples for the ones that I printed that I cut that are printed on transparent paper, and I do have one that is printed on washi. So let's go ahead and get to it. There are, I believe, 10 printables this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7. Oop, Mike was far away. There's 7 printables that I have here, and there's 3 backgrounds. 3 backgrounds? 1, 2. Yes, 3 backgrounds. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. I'm not going crazy. There are 10 printables. I'm gonna insert a clip, or actually, no, that'll probably be in the. I haven't decided. Either you'll get the clip here or it'll be in the YouTube video, but the one of the backgrounds is the one that you just got a glimpse of on my work planner. The blue one, I did cover it up, and this background here is one of them. So I used one of my printables for the month to do the background for it. I did record it. It was a bit of a mess. I ended up printing this on the wrong side of the printer paper. So this is like the backing. So I don't think it's doing it now. Well, a little bit, but it was transferring like hell that first day. But yeah, this is one of the backgrounds, and there's 2 others. One of them, where am I? One of them is also, let's see, do I have it printed here or did I print it on the other ones? I think I printed on the other ones. I'll show you. Sneak peek here. This is part of the background, and then I just printed it on clear sticker paper and made some holes. Not holes, circles. So I used that as well. So I'll show you these in a sec. But yeah, these are the printables. So this is one of them. This is using some of the collage elements from my July spreads in the Hobonichi cousin. So these are just some collage elements that you can use. I have 3 different variations of stars. This one's printed on white vinyl. So I have black and white stars for those of you who that don't like the colorful ones. I do have a version of the stars that are filled in with black. If that's something that you would like, let me know. I didn't include them, but I do have them. They're kind of like black and gray. I have these colorful ones that are filled in, and then I have the outlines in color as well. So those are 3 options for stars. I have some doodles here, some circles and doodles. This is using also the background, one of the backgrounds that is available. So this one, I've used it as a backdrop for some of these elements as well. And they are PNG files, so if you do have a cutting machine, you can use those to import, and it'll get your cut lines inside and outside of the circles and the squares. Here are some watercolor blobs that I have from playing with my watercolors. And then these are the numbers for the month. They are watercolor month. They are watercolor numbers, and they are using a neutral-ish palette. Most of the colors are on it that are used in this month's printables are similar color palette. I try to keep them within the same color range. There are a few exceptions, but for the most part, they are in the same color range. This one is printed on washi paper. Because I'm going to be gluing this one into my media journal, and I wanted to try a thinner paper. So that's why I printed this one on washi, and I finally have the washi. So for the most part, I think the numbers for the media journal moving forward will be printed in washi paper. I do also have a second variation of numbers that I didn't include in the pack. Also, I think I need to change some colors on my printer because these are all very light, and the pinks, I think my magenta is running out. The pinks aren't as bright as they are on the actual files. So I made a variation of numbers using the watercolor blobs. I did not include this in the printables, but if it's something that you'd be interested in, let me know. I didn't include it because it's not a full number, like it's not a full number set, and I didn't want to have blobs again, just if you already have the blobs in one. So then for me, I just added some of the days of the week, and I'm going to be adding these to the monthlies and then some doodles. So I didn't add this, but if it's something that you'd want, let me know and I'll get that to you. This is printed on clear, and again, the colors are a little washed out because I think my printer is in need of some ink changes. These are the stars in a smaller size. I also did a smaller size here. And these are just examples of what you can do if you have a cutting machine or if you have a site like Canva or Photoshop. I do include the individual elements so you can set them up and print them out however you want. You can resize them. So if these stars are too big, you can resize them to print out smaller. That's an option that you have. And then these are just more watercolor blobs that I printed on clear. These are, again, smaller versions that I just set up from the printables that you can use the individual files for. That's why I include them. And then the collage again. And this one is exactly the same sizing. It's not the same layout. I have to change the layout a bit to be able to print them. But I just want to show you the difference between the vibrancy on white matte and clear. So you can kind of see the difference there. There's a little more vibrancy on the white, but you get the transparency of the clear. So just keep that in mind when you're deciding what to cut. I think the thing that I struggle with the most when I'm printing out these printables is deciding what type of paper I'm gonna cut them in, or print them in rather. But yeah, those are the printables for this month. I hope that you guys enjoyed them. Do let me know if you would like this file, and I'll get that to you. And do let me know if you want the colored in stars, and I'll get that to you. But other than that, let me know if you have any other questions. I will catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hi, so this is one of the full page designs. This is a watercolor spread background situation that I made, but I'm going to be using this to cover my work TN, and I don't necessarily want to print it again. So I just wanted to make sure that I got footage of me using it so that you guys could see it. I really love the look of it. I love this type of wash. I've made many versions of this before, and yeah, I'm just obsessed with it. So pretty. So I'm going to cut it up and paste it because I haven't wanted to customize this TN. I don't know why. Whenever it comes to like the work related TNs, or work related planners, I kind of struggle with customizing them, like as if I don't need to, but I am one of those people that needs to customize their journals. I'm a customization I can't say that on YouTube. I love customization. Fill in the lines. It's my favorite thing. It really is. And so I'm not gonna deny myself much longer. I'm gonna customize it, and I figured what better way than to use one of my backgrounds, because I was having a hard time kind of figuring out what to do with the blue, what to use. So yeah, I was having a hard time kind of figuring out what to do with the blue. So I figured what I could do is just use this. Now, the decision would be which side to use, this one or this one. I think I want to use this one just because it has more blue and it's more in tune with what the actual cover looks like. And I think since it doesn't, maybe I could do this instead. Yeah, I'll do that instead so that it covers the whole thing. And then let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. I think I do. Let's do that. Yep. I don't dislike that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay. So then let's see. This is where it would need to get cut. Right? So pretty. I love watercolors. It's one of my favorite things. This is the front, right? Yeah. And I just printed this on matte. I hope I printed it on the right side. on matte white paper from Online Labels, and I was thinking of using the vinyl one possibly, but the vinyl one, it I didn't. You know what? I knew it. I don't know why. I had the sensation that I printed it on the wrong side. Yeah, I'm not printing that again. I didn't check. I usually do, and I didn't check this time. Okay. I don't hate it because what ends up happening is that it looks a little foggy. That's fine. So then instead of having the paper, that's annoying. Okay, let's just fold it in half, stick it onto itself. I could also the things you do. This is why you check before you print. I always check the sides before I print, and then this one time I don't is when it's always the one time, yo. It's always the one time. But that's fine. What I'll do is I'll just put it in this and then I'll paint on it or something. And that way it's not a waste. There's some troubleshooting for you. Okay. Now let's get some glue on here. Where's my glue stick? Here it is. So what I was saying was that I printed it on the matte sticker paper because I didn't also this sticks really well. I've stuck on the backing before to pages in the Hobonichi and it sticks very well. So, no complaints there. The vinyl sometimes gives me some sensory discomfort, and so since this is a cover I'm going to be touching quite often, I didn't want to risk having any weird sensory issues with the cover. So, I went with the matte. And even if this is the back side, I don't mind the sensation of it. It feels kind of like kind of like not acetate. What's the other one? Like tracing paper? Like a little bit like tracing paper? This is the front, right? Yeah. Oh, which side was it? Oops. Oh well. You know what? I'm gonna angle it a little bit so that it kind of overlaps, and that way I avoid having any gaps. And then I'm just using the bone folder to stick it down. And then I will move this over. And I might have to glue a bit there. And so then what I'm doing to kind of avoid any weird overlap, and I'm a little out of frame, I apologize, is I'm cutting little, like a little triangle. There we go. Yeah, I need to put some glue in here. Ugh, this is gonna be annoying. Glue, sticky fingers. I have like such a, I hate, I use glue so much, but it's so, I hate sticky fingers. Ugh, I hate it. Ew. Gross. Let's use the bone folder here. Because of how thin it is, I should have done more. It's gonna struggle to stick a little. Do the little corner here as well. I might have cut too much there, but whatever. I need to do the bottom as well. So, stickiness everywhere. Let's just stick it on here. Ugh, okay. So then, once again, doing the little triangle. Hi, editing Chris here. For some reason I'm not quite sure of, I lost some footage there at the end, so you're not gonna get the rest of the setup. But essentially, this is um what the cover ends up looking like. This is the front and this is the back. I used some black washi from Plan by Jila and some gold washi from my stash, and this is kind of like the inside. So the reason why I cut the little edges was that so there wouldn't be any like bunching up of the paper. You can kind of see it here on this side as well. That's what I was doing when the camera cut off. So that is what that ended up looking like. And just as a reminder, that is one of the background printables from this month's set over on Patreon. And I didn't mention it in the beginning, but since this is on YouTube, just so you know, you can catch the link on the in the description of the video, and in the description you'll be able to access where the Patreon printables are. If you are a patron, then that will take you directly to it. It is available in Sweet Treats and above. So Sweet Treats and Secret Handshake Club get access to the printables, and as an FYI, printables are available on the Patreon for a quarter, so 3 months, and then they start getting phased out and added into the shop. So my shop on my website. So like let's say for example, if you join this month, then you're gonna have access to August printables and the bonus printables from July as well. And then once October comes in, October will get new printables, and the July printables will be removed from the Patreon and added to my shop as individual files. So as a patron, you will get up to 10, so anywhere from 3 to 10 printables a month, all in a bundle for the same price that you get in the tier and everything else. Once they get added into the shop, they will be added as individual files for purchase outside of a bundle. So just FYI, in case that is something that you'd be interested in, do check it out. The link will be down below. I will go ahead and give it back to the original footage. We're going to be moving on into a different session where I'm going to be sticking down the numbers, the date stickers into my media journal. Hey y'all, so I have to decide what I'm gonna do for the color for the numbers, if I'm going to use these or if I'm gonna use these for this notebook. I was originally just gonna do the washi tape ones, but then I don't know. Should I? Mm-mm-mm. So difficult to choose. So let's see, what did I use last time for this one? I used the big one. See, that's why I am kind of against using this here, because I used Courtney's. But that's not the next one anyways. The next one I used here were these. Where's the one? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do what I originally thought I was gonna do, which use this in the, oh goodness, use this in the TN and then use those here because they're thinner. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna do that now. I went ahead and cut these off camera. I love the washi because I feel like it blends a little better sometimes. At least on a white background. It doesn't necessarily blend better when they're on top of each other, which is why I'm a little iffy about this. Because I've noticed I don't really like the look of it when they sort of layer. The white parts, at least. See what I mean? I don't know. Is that I guess it's not that noticeable on camera, which is good. And that's a sizing issue because I keep forgetting that I need to resize them. Like, I think I resized them once and then completely forgot that that's a thing I need to do. I make them large because it that way it's easier, right? It's always easier for you to resize it down than it is to resize up because you lose quality. Um, so I always make them a little bigger with the thought that, okay, I need to resize it when I go to print it. But then I keep forgetting to resize it when I print it. And, I don't have disposable income like that. I can't just say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to reprint it again and waste whatever I printed to begin with. I can't do that. So we're just going to make do with the overly large numbers. It doesn't look that bad, I think. What's this? What's happening here? Oh, I guess it detached. Let's cut it out. Oops. I am really anxious today. So I'm trying to do a little journaling session here before I have to keep working. So then... And I had created the backgrounds for these on PNG so that I could use my cutting machine, but I decided that I wanted to cut them on washi paper. And for some reason, I forgot my washi paper is A4 sized, and it was this whole thing. I didn't. Anyways, irrelevant, really. Just means I needed to cut it myself, which I don't normally really mind with numbers. The numbers specifically, I'm really used to having to cut them myself. Looks good, I think. I like how it meshes. One of my major qualms, I think, one of my peeves is when, which just happens, um, they don't really match. It throws me a little off. I keep hearing my mom screaming, and it's throwing me off. Outside, she's calling somebody outside. Should have done this when it was still on the backing, but I'm crazy. Well, I guess crazy is not the right term for this specifically. My neck is killing me. One of the things that I've noticed now that I've been doing more art related things again, like sketching and drawing and painting, is that the position that it takes for you to be looking down while you paint is brutal on the neck. Even more so than when you just journal. I don't know. Because I've been journaling consistently for a while now, and I don't think I've noticed any major issues. I have the major issues just because I work on a computer all day. But I don't know. Long sessions on like painting and drawing, I feel like they hurt more on the neck than they do when I'm journaling. Which could totally be nonsense, but I digress. I really enjoyed painting these numbers. I think I'm gonna do it again next month in a different palette. because I really like them. I really like how they look. And I'm really excited. I got some new watercolors and I'm excited to use them along with the ones I have and see all the new color mixtures and all that good stuff. I love color, as you guys know. Um, is that two on top? I've been thinking a lot about the lineup for next year and what that's gonna look like in terms of the media journal and the daily log and things on the mind. A lot of us, I'm sure, have these things running through the brain, especially with all the pre-orders coming out in a couple days. Oh gosh, my neck hurts so bad. I think I'm just gonna cut this one. Oops. Oh well. And I wanted to use the washi tape for this because it's thinner. It's much thinner than the rest of them. Hmm. I don't think I mind the overlap of the actual colors so much as like just the white overlap. Like here, ooh, that light. Here I don't mind. See. Too much, I think. I wonder if you can hear my family screaming outside. We have family visiting and they're working outside. They're all talking. So I wonder if you can hear them. Probably not, but in case you do, that's just my family. And then I did make a 31, but there is no 31 in September. So we shall not use it. That is some bright light coming in right now. Okay, so there's the session. Numbers are in. I really like how they came out. Yay! Love that. Cool. Rounding out the video to say goodbye, I wanted to show you just one other section where I have used this month's printables so far. This is my weekly spread for right now. And as you can see, I do have a few of the printables. So I have this little star, this right here. Some of these elements down here are also parts of the printable. This one up here, right? Some of these dots as well. So that is just an example of some of the printables working in my daily log. And then I also, if you're looking for a more creative way, so some of the printables I did end up printing on white sticker paper, and I don't really use that kind of paper in my regular journaling from day to day because it's too thick. But I do like printing that out so that you guys can see what the printables look like. What I decided to do was use my Hobonichi that I'm using as a visual diary slash like inspiration journal slash art journal situation. What I decided to do was use it, and I have it right here, and kind of use them as overflow. So they're not spreads that are done by any means, but I did use them. I kind of just stuck them on. These are, whoa, I don't know, it just fell. These are some of the black stars that I just filled in, and then I've been doodling on top of it. And this is another spread where it's utter chaos. These are not spreads that are completed, but I kind of use them to kind of decompress. And I think I have one more where I have, yeah, the color filled ones. So those are just some ways that you can use some of the printables. Like I mentioned earlier, these are the printables for September. You get 7 decorative ones and 3 background images, and um, you also get other things. So in the Sweet Treats and the Secret Handshake Club, you get access to weekly updates, weekly journaling updates. You get access to a weekly photo dump, and like life, week in the life diaries. You get access to my podcast. You get access to a whole bunch of stuff. So do check that out if that's something that piques your interest. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that even if you do not join the Patreon, that is totally fine. I completely understand that it's not within the means for some people, and I am extremely grateful for all of my free viewers as well and for you being here. I hope that even if you don't join the Patreon, that this video was helpful to you as a body doubling video. I wanted to include some journaling sessions as well so you can kind of see what they look like and also just see what my process looks like. I know that I like watching videos like this even if I don't end up buying the product itself. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next post. Bye!